Inspired yung mga upcoming artists na parang may mas mahirap pa bang to tell me the story?
Yeah. Harvey, are we right? What is there a kind of story that still challenges you?
Yeah, parang that's
Every time. Actually, every story is a challenge. It's a challenge. You know, parang you've given a, let's say the one I'm working on is high fantasy na siya. So I've written books about martial law, and then my generation, and then Halina Filipinas about yung Filipino-American going to the Philippines. Ganun. Every book is very challenging. There's no such thing as easy. You know that. Kasi you never stop learning. It's like when you stop learning. Like even now, I'm still learning how to do animation. I'm applying it to my comics. The moment you stop learning, it's like that's when you're too proud of something. Oh, I know everything. That's when your work begins to suffer. You know? Because you need to keep learning. That even now, I still collect comics. I still buy manga. You know, I still. I follow, I stalk Harvey. Did I say stalk? No, I follow Harvey's Instagram. Checking yung mga, I got inspired in looking at yung works of Harvey. And it's on the kay Neil and Jerry Langilan. And you get inspired. But you look at their drawings and find, this is how they drew that. Okay, that's interesting. And then you find you're learning from each other. So yeah, every time, it's always challenging. There's no such thing as an easy story.
Next question. Tanong kayo kasi
Yeah.
mas maganda yan na matanong nyo
Oh.
directly.
Any more questions?
Magdidiretso. What's your name? Brian. Hi, Brian. Are you a writer, an artist? Aspiring? No problem. Aspiring?
Sige, any question? As an aspiring writer? What kind of stories do you like?
I'm more interested in fantasy stories, or like in superhero stories. But I'm just curious, how do you make interesting stuff for the story? I mean, sure, ideas comes up for you, but how do you make it more interesting to the readers?
Okay. Since you mentioned fantasy, perfect timing kasi I'm working on a 600-page high fantasy, and I don't think I'm gonna do another fantasy story. It's just too difficult. Okay, how do you make it interesting? Because you think that it's fantasy, everything is interesting now because you have dragons and you have elves and what have you. But if you don't tell a good story, or if you don't have interesting characters, it fits, it will flop, it will be boring. The most important thing, the most interesting thing, and readers don't know this, diba? Even when you watch movies or read other books, what makes it interesting is the story. It's not so much as yung like armor ganyan, or concept and dragons that can talk or ganyan. It's more than that. It should be about the story. The story, the characters. Can I relate to the characters? The moment, when you're reading a book and then you see, hey, that's me, or I know someone who's like that. You can relate to the character, and that's what makes it interesting. That's what I keep telling mga young comic book artists. Kasi I also saw, I was I've been making comics since I was in high school. We all went through that. Yung parang mauuna yung armor. You focus all your effort creating armor and ganyan. And then later on when they ask, what's the use of that? And you say, well, it looks cool, diba? But it doesn't stop there. Siyempre later on, when I grew up and then I studied writing, creative writing, and then eventually animation. Yeah, it's really about who is this character? Find out. But I want to know more about this character. Not so much as in armor, or I want to know who this is. So that's the most important thing. Okay, make your stories interesting, make your characters interesting.
Name?
Address, Facebook.
I'm Umi.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm freelancer comic artist.
Freelancer. Oh, that's good. I started freelancing then. 2 years after I graduated, I said, office work isn't for me, so I went freelancing and made comics. So okay lang.
That's almost what's my question is about how do you start from the beginning up to now?
Beginning, I mean how I started working in comics. Okay, so, oh no, I'm gonna reveal my age. Graduated college in 1993. Oh no, I don't think you were born. Were you born that time then? No, 1993. Oh my gosh. Okay, so after I graduated, syempre, UP Fine Arts, and we were taught VSCOM, visual communication, so advertising. Right after graduation, advertising na agad. I just felt, because I've been making comic books since I was a kid, and it was fun when working in advertising. I made several storyboards for BB ads, and I had, same thing, parang I talked with the art director, says, I think mas maganda kung yung shot. It would be better if the shot would be like this or like that. So that's when I thought, and then later on I just, it's not for me. Going to the office, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you stay there until like, what, 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. depending on your work. It's just not for me. And it would have been nice if I was writing a story or making a comic book, they were telling a story, but it's not. It's for TV commercials. It's just not for me. So I decided in 1994 to go freelancing and start making comics. And then that's where I met Jerry. Jerry Langen was the first one I met, and then later on Ed Taddeo. And there were shows. It's nice. It's a nice feeling. Because I'm not the only one doing comics. It's when you meet other people that they're. This is 1994. Medyo ano payat. So it was fun, and that's where I said I think I'm gonna stick to this. And in 1998, I wrote my first fantasy story in Mythology Class. Yeah. So and I think I finished it in like 7 months because I was so inspired by that. When I released it, it got a lot of good reviews and reactions. So it kind of fueled my interest in comics. And I said, this is for me. I'm gonna make this to my career, making comics. I applied to Marvel. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I applied to Marvel. I actually received a letter. They gave me a script then. They liked my work, and they said I was gonna do. They wanted to run one more exam, one more test. So they gave me a script. Yes. Yeah, I was going to do Spider-Man. Yeah, that issue where pregnancy, see Mary Jane. I was supposed to do that issue. But when when I went to New York, I don't know, something happened lang. I just couldn't explain it. Parang I had yung pages. I said I just thought I can't explain it then. I said I'll just write yung editor a letter saying that I couldn't make it because of financial stuff so I created an excuse. And syempre when I went back, wala akong trabaho. So parang I couldn't find work. So I said, holy shit, what did I do? Oh man, parang. So I was really distressed. But if I didn't go home, I wouldn't be able to do Mythology Class. Because right then and there, I continued creating this old fantasy story called Mythology Class. And tinuloy ko siya. And so I decided na parang maybe it's a dream kasi to work abroad. But not all of us are equipped. Parang we need. I guess my calling would be to promote Filipino culture. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's tough then. It's tough, syempre. But I enjoy it, and I think that's more important than anything. Anyone?
We have a question from Toto Maday, one of our up-and-coming creators.
Wow.
Thank you. Sir Arnold, big fan here. Nag-announce kayo recently ni Sir Gerald Tarot about a movie.
Yes.
Kung okay lang matanong kung parang sort of an exclusive preview from you, kung gaano ba kalaki yung involvement mo doon with regards to, wala akong idea personally about film, kung ano magiging input mo doon with regards to, syempre, especially.
Okay, thanks.
I think maybe also as a potential career path for an artist or writer.
Right. Well, ano ba ito? I can't,
Secret pa eh.
I can't, okay, the only thing I could say is I'll be very involved with the project. As in basta, I'll be very involved from FlipGeeks. And that's all I can say. I can't,
Maybe use your
I might get into trouble then.
That's
I can.
as
But it's
a
yeah.
visualizer, as a never mind.
Yeah. But
How
basically,
about
very,
as a career path? How viable would that be?
I have to see. I have to see. Siyempre, yun nga, I can't say anything else. It's still under development. That's all I can say. Sorry.
That's still a confirmation, though.
At least we have an idea na
Yeah.
nothing's holding you back from
Yes.
creative race.
If there's anyone kasi who will, it's Gerald. I'm not allowed kasi. Parang, basta there's an agreement kasi. I might get into trouble if so all I can say is, it's under development. Yeah. Okay.
All I can say is nice try, though. Anyone? Questions? I'm coming there. And
Nice shirt.
Name and address, career.
my name is Francis.
My brand.
Um,
Vinyl? Okay.
So, sir, bakit ka sa akin sana
Sa leases?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Siguro email?
Yes, sir.
That's possible. Okay. Right now kasi I can only take, email lang. I can't go into yung actual recording.
Yung sa
Okay lang. Thanks.
Para at least convenience na lang. Anyone else?
Yeah.
I am Carl from Ateneo. I teach. You mentioned that you're actually influenced by so many the things that you read. Like all artists, they are actually influenced by the things that they read. But at the same time, what I notice is that what you read sort of slowly creeps up into your creation. And
That's true.
part of the problems usually of creators is where do you then create your voice? How do you then, what's that consciousness that you have that, wait, I'm actually copying somebody else's work instead of actually making it mine.
Well, there's a big difference when you're copying it. Because that's why I don't, when I was, a friend of mine lent me a book called by Scott McCloud, Understanding Comics. I have never read it. I've been doing comic books for like 15 years since at that point when I read yung Scott McCloud. And I noticed when I was reading it, parang I seem to be doing all the stuff that he mentioned, and parang like paneling and all that. And so after reading the book, I became conscious that parang, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? So my influence kasi in comics is that there is a chance that people might say, well, I've already seen this, I've already seen that. But unlike film kasi, when you exactly copy yung shot and all that, that's more obvious. That's why I keep telling students, read yung comics, don't copy them. Just read through them, studying drawings, but don't copy. Try to understand why he used this panel, but don't copy. Because that's how I trained myself in it. I grew up, we're three boys sa bahay and so my older brother, siya yung critic. So I would show my stuff. I was siguro 7 years old. I would show my stuff to, siyempre, mga Voltus 5 and Japanese robots, and he would say, gaya, oh, you copycat. And he would say, you copied that from gaya. So I grew up in that kind of environment. So I'm always conscious that I want to do something, I want to do something different. That I want people to see that this is unique. The hardest thing kasi is, I guess, themes, yung thematic. That's when you get too close for comfort. Like if you are going to draw manga, you have to understand your culture, you have to understand why the costumes are like that. That's why I try to make mine always Filipino. Because that's the best way to be unique. No one else does Filipino except us. Alright? Everyone else can do dragons and knights and armor, Final Fantasy, and everything like that. But if you try to promote the Filipino culture, I guarantee, you will always be unique. In fact, they might copy you. That's the thing. By the way, speaking of the Filipino culture, I was just watching Born Identity. You know that scene where Jason Bourne folds yung magazine or newspaper to defend himself? You know that scene? That's Arnis. Turns out he was being trained by Arnis instructor who is American. That's our culture, diba? We're not credited. And number two, did you know that the US Army, kasama na sa training nila, Eskrima, being taught by Americans? That's our, so, slowly, nauunahan na tayo eh. Until we do something, until we promote our culture. People will always wonder, is that Filipino? I mean, take Ong Bak, for instance. Everyone knows Thai boxing. But does everyone know about Arnis or Eskrima? Not so much. We need to promote, that's why one of the arguments kasi people saying parang, Arnold, why do you keep promoting Filipino culture? Ganyan. We want to draw what we want. Yeah, that's cool. Pero if it won't hurt them to promote Filipino culture. It's interesting. No one else does this then. Yeah. So to answer your question, parang you will always be unique because no one else in the world does Filipino stories, Filipino characters. That's it.
Hello. My name is Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Everyone. Aspiring artist. I was wondering, how does one make the setting interesting? Like the story is bound, characters are interesting. How does one make interesting world building?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, moving along. I'm working on a fantasy story. Yeah. Okay. I would say try not to create your world first. Okay, that talaga. I know it sounds crazy, but everyone else, when you're making a fantasy world, you have to create your world first. Okay, I suggest no. Set it aside. Focus on your characters first. Okay, depending on who your characters are or on your powers or whatever, it will define your world. It will define your world. Always focus on your character. Yeah. I know it's so easy to be, to dwell and in creating worlds, in fantasy world. No, you have to creating science, you have to create your religion, how many moons they have, what kind of creatures or monsters that live in this world. It's so easy, but afterwards you have this encyclopedia, yung detailed, in detailed characters and settings in world, no. But later on, useless siya because your characters are boring. I would say talaga, first, creating characters. Try to find out who he or she is, what does she do, ano yung limitations niya, what's ano yung fears niya, ano yung dreams niya. Yun. Always try to focus on those things. Okay? And everything else will follow it. I have read so many comics from students. They would show me asking for advice. And some of them, they focus too much on like your world, like may details sila, ganyan, parang every time the night sky would turn this color, these kinds of creatures would come out, all that stuff. But when I read in story, I don't know what the hell is happening, because he didn't focus on yung characters first. So yun, yung suggestion ko. And besides, diba, we relate to human beings, we relate to each other, not to the environment. Diba? Based on the human, the person you're with, that's when you try, that defines your environment. Diba? But we talk to people, we listen to people, we communicate with each other. That's why character building is more important than world building. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Arnold Arre.